Well, Lieutenant, how are you?
Just fine. How are you? You know, I figured you were about due. Things have been entirely too smooth around here. What's up?
I understand you're holding a Brian Clark.
Yes, I'm going to keep right on holding him. He's guilty. Sit down. You know, he tried to make it look like a heart attack. But we found curare poison in that hypodermic Mrs. Whitehead used.
Curare poison? Isn't that the stuff the pygmies use to make poison darts?
Mm-hmm. In the movies it is, but the labs use it in small quantities to control test animals.
And you traced the poison to Brian?
To a bottle in his lab. We checked his records, and some of it that was missing hadn't been used on the animal.
But couldn't there have been a clerical error?
Now, wait a minute, Herb. What clerical error? I checked him out personally. His fingerprints were all over the hypodermic, which he didn't administer. And if that isn't enough for you, we found his fingerprints on the test tube and all over the test tube rack. What do you want?
I'm only looking for the facts, Lieutenant.
Well, you've got the facts.
Motive.
He hated her. She was a stickler for details, and everything that Brian did displeased her.
Why didn't he just quit?
He couldn't, Herb. It was part of his graduate work. She could ruin his chances of getting any advanced degree out of that university. And from what I hear, she was going to do just that.
If you don't mind, I'd like to talk to Brian.
Okay, Herb. I'll see if he's in. Never occurred to me. Herb? Hanson was arrested in 1946 on a petty theft charge, released because of insufficient evidence.
Then that makes him worth investigating.
Oh, not really. Servants and caretakers are always being accused of petty thefts. Sometimes they're guilty and sometimes they're not. That doesn't make them killers, and Emil has no record of violence and no evidence linking him to Mrs. Whitehead's death.
All right, Lieutenant. Thanks for checking Emil out for me. I think he's worth talking to. The fact that Brian Clark knowingly concealed damaging information from me shook my faith in him as a man. Yet more pressing still was my belief that the real killer was at large and determined to get me, which meant that I must be getting close to the truth about Nina Whitehead's murder. But Lieutenant Weston is a hard man to convince without proof.
Well, Herb, that letter just about seals the case. We're moving for a grand jury indictment.
You're making a mistake, Lieutenant. You haven't proven that he knew about that letter.
No, but I think I can prove that he knew it was coming. You haven't convinced me, I'm sorry.
What do I have to do to convince you? Get myself killed?
You're trying to tie a reckless driver up to a murder case, a driver in a car that you can't even identify.
Yes, I am. Now, forget about that. What about Emil?
Well, what about him? He's not telling anything. Besides, you scared him half to death.
All right, Lieutenant. I have to go see Brian. I haven't got first base with you anyway.
Oh, and you won't without concrete evidence. Oh, incidentally, they're going to do a lot of testing on that new drug of theirs at the university lab, and I promise to keep our investigators out of their hair.
I'll have to work by myself, then. Is he dead?
Yes, poor guy. He didn't have a chance. He was shot at close range. How did you get here so soon?
I had advance notice. Emil wanted me to meet him here.
Did he say why?
No, but I had some hints. Something about a dead monkey and infidelity in the Whitehead family.
Infidelity?
According to Emil, Dr. Whitehead was sparking another woman. I'll let you know when I get some facts.
Oh, wait a minute, Herb. Where are you going now?
To get a confession from Dr. Whitehead.
Well, just a minute. I don't like to interfere in your plans, but would you mind if I came along?
I thought you agreed not to interfere with the doctor's experiments.
Well, you see, circumstances have changed, and, well, I'm going to have to break my promise.
No, you won't. I've been invited to participate as a volunteer in the experiment.
Counselor?
All I want is 5 minutes alone with Dr. Whitehead.
Miss Pratt, get a pad. I want to prepare a writ of certiorari. Take it easy.
But I've got to write a writ.
You can do it just as well sitting down. Now, take it easy. Doctor, what did he take anyway?
He was slated for lysergic acid.
Should he be reacting like this?
We've never had a subject set off an explosion before. He should be much more docile. Something's exciting him.
Who gave him the drug?
Anne, but she's checked out of the lab for the day.
Well, shouldn't somebody be here with him?
Yes, we have attendants who look after the volunteers.
Well, why wasn't it attended here, and why was it do along?
I don't know.
Herb, listen to me. This is Lieutenant Weston. Can you hear me? Can you understand what I'm saying?
In the case of Martin versus Green, the court held that parties are never in pari delicto where the promisor does not intend to perform his bargain.
Herb, I remember that very well now. Doctor, I want to talk to Anne.
I tried to reach her. She's not home.
Well, you must have known where she could have gone.
No idea.
You must have some idea.
Anne's gone.
She's gone to the airport.
Yep.